The way that I came into contact with the three main subjects of the film are, well, the first subject, the main one, Vinay Shetty, he's my uncle. And so I had a personal connection to the story through him. But I needed more subjects. And Vinay's plight is to help these children who have thalassemia major, who can't afford treatment. So the medicine is there, they just can't access it. And so I knew I wanted two kind of different subjects to follow. And so Imran came to us through Vinay, and Imran was just wonderful. Like, he's charismatic, he's articulate, he works at a call center, so he spoke English, which was very important. So he was good. We could communicate really easily. And just, I loved his spirit, and I loved his courage and his hopefulness, which is the same thing that attracted me to Vinay. They both had very similar personalities that way. And Divya, I was looking for someone who had fallen between the cracks. And her family was an example of people who didn't understand the illness, didn't understand that medication existed that could help their daughter. And so I connected with her through the hospitals. And so I felt, once I had her, I felt like I had the three strong subjects in very different situations that I could follow their story. Between the filmmaker and their subjects, there's always a balancing act of trying to figure out when's the right time to start rolling. And I definitely spent some time with all three of my subjects without the camera. But then bringing the camera in is very important, because I think people sometimes change when the camera is in the room, and sometimes it takes a while for them to get used to the camera. I was fortunate that all three of my subjects adapted very, very fast. Yeah, so I think that I was actually really lucky that it worked out this way for me. So in documentary, because you don't have a script, when you're trying to pitch your concept, it really helps if you have something on tape. So the initial trip was supposed to be about trying to gather enough footage for a demo, but I think a lot of documentary filmmakers can speak to this. You're pretty much in production the moment you start rolling. I mean, any of that stuff could end up in your film. So while the initial trip was just to sort of feel things out, I'm glad we took it seriously from the moment we started, from day one, because so much of that footage is in the film. So we had a lot of challenges with shooting this film, especially with access, because access is key in documentaries. And so it took a while to be able to get access into hospitals. You know, I think people just sort of, when they see the film, think it was really easy to get into government hospitals. It really wasn't. They don't normally allow camera crews, especially foreign camera crews, into government public hospitals. So access, and especially with the health minister, because we were told from the get-go, you are not going to be able to get a politician to agree to be on camera. Forget the health minister of Maharashtra. And the response for the film, what's been incredible is that so many people have been reaching out wanting to help Vinay and Think Foundation and the children that are in the film. And, you know, actually we had a great indicator, because even before the film screened, we had kind of a test screening, and people started saying we had someone come in and say, I want to completely help Divya with her education and her treatment. We had another person after the screening say, I want to cover Imran's expenses. And so that's been overwhelming, the generosity. But then also there's so many Imrans and so many Divyas. And, you know, Vinay is very good at articulating that. And so there's been so many people who have said that they want to help him in his fight to get these kids treatment. With documentary film, the story doesn't end when you stop filming. And these are real people. Their lives continue on. And, you know, they've selflessly shared their story with me. And so part of my responsibility is to make sure that, you know, I honor that commitment that they made. And so it's trying to find the audiences. And with this film, you know, it's like your friend. You know, you're with it. You're going to be with it for a long time, and that's fine. I actually really love that. It's it ties me to the subjects that I filmed, and it means that they're a part of my life, and I'm a part of their life. So I'm actually very proud of that.